everyone like pets, yes? Some like to have dog as a pet, some like to have cat as a pet. But here, my author likes to keep this as a pet. Do you think this animal can be kept as a pet? And if you keep him as a pet, how much food should you supply to him? Yes, he is my main character today, and he is none other than Kari. Come along, I'll take you to a wonderful reading session today.
Namaste students. Grade 7, subject English. From your supplementary text, An Alien Hand. We have a wonderful topic today, bringing up Kari. I am your language teacher, Shanti ma'am. Students, today's aim and agenda. We will listen to the model reading and read aloud. This will enhance our reading skill. We will learn the meaning of the word master call. The story is told from the author's perspective. The story gives us an insight about how animals and men live together happily and in communion with the nature. Today's instruction. We need to read the text loudly along with the teacher. We are to underline all the unfamiliar words that we come across. First, we need to guess the meaning according to the context. Later, we need to refer the dictionary. We have to analyze the style in which our author has written. Ask ourselves whether the author has written it in first person point of view or the third person point of view. Now, I'll take you and introduce you to the author, Dhan-Gopal Mukherjee, who was born on 6 July 1890 in a small village near Calcutta. He wrote numerous books and stories for children, most of which describe the animals, life of India, and Hindu lore and beliefs. His biography, Caste and Outcast, became truly famous. In the year 1920 and 1930, Mukherjee published a number of books about India and Hinduism. My Brother's Face in the year 1924 and Hari, the Jungle Lad in the same year became very famous books. Gay Neck, The Story of Pigeon, written in the year 1927, for which he got the American Library Association Award, John Newbery Medal Award. He was popularly known as the first successful Indian man of letters in the United States. Yes, this is the cover page and the story that we are going to read. Before that, yes, words in focus. Here today's word is hurt. Word hurt is a noun and a verb, meaning causing injury or pain. Conjugation: hurt, 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 hurting, hurts. Usage: the boy fell from his bicycle and hurt his elbow. It's a verb usage. Now we are familiarizing ourselves to the character Kari. Kari is a 5-month-old baby elephant, lives and grows up with his 9-year-old friend and keeper, the author. Kari doesn't eat much, just about 16 kilograms of delicious twigs a day. Playful and sensitive, Kari saves a boy from drowning. I hope you read it. Yes, a small activity for all of you. Open your notebooks. Put the title Bringing Up Kari. Draw a graphic organizer, a round circle, and write Kari in the middle. On the outer circle, you can write few words that describe Kari, that you have learnt about Kari. It can be written in a brief manner. Here is Kari the elephant. You need to add more words for Kari as you read the text, children. Come on, let us start. Kari the elephant. Kari the elephant was 5 months old when he was given to me to take care of. I was 9 years old and I could reach his back if I stood on tiptoe. He seemed to remain that high for nearly 2 years. We grew together. The author says, the elephant and he grew together. That is probably why I never found out just how tall he was. He lived in a pavilion under a thatched roof which rested on thick tree stumps so that it could not fall in when Kari bumped against the poles as he moved about. The poet says he lived in a pavilion, a tent, which was made up of thatched roof, that means grass, and it was so high that it would not fall when Kari bumped against the poles. One of the first things Kari did was to save the life of a boy. Kari did not eat much, but he nevertheless needed 40 pounds of twigs a day to chew and play with. So you see, the author used to rub him with the sand. After that, he would lie in the water for a long time, and coming out, his skin would be shining like ebony and he would squeal. Squeal means to trumpet. He's very happy, isn't it, Kari? Now you can see Kari after the bath. The author and Kari both are looking very happy. With pleasure, as I rubbed water down his back, then I would take him by the ear, because this is the easiest way to lead an elephant and leave him on the edge of the jungle, while I went into the forest to get some luscious twigs. You know the meaning of the word luscious, children? It's delicious. He would get him some delicious twigs for his dinner. One has to have a very sharp hatchet to cut down these twigs. It takes half an hour to sharpen the hatchet, because if the twig is mutilated, an elephant will not touch it. The author says he uses his hatchet, and he says when the twig is mutilated means twisted, the elephant will not touch such branches. Now this is the pavilion in which Kari lived. Have a look at the picture, children. Hatchet means a small axe. It was not easy job for the author to get twigs and saplings for Kari. I had to climb all kind of trees to get the most delicate and tender twigs, is what the author is saying, as he was very fond of the young branches of the banyan tree, which grew like a cathedral of leaves. Cathedral means, can anybody guess? A high ceiling. Look at this tree's picture. Yes. I was gathering some. One spring day in March, then I suddenly heard Kari calling to me in the distance. As he was still very young, The call was more like that of a baby than an elephant. I thought something was hurting him. So I came down from my tree and ran very fast to the edge of the forest where I had left him. But he was not there. The author searched for Kari all over the place but couldn't find him. He says, I looked all over but I couldn't find him. I went near the edge of the water. I saw a black something. That is what the author is telling. Something that was struggling above its surface. Then it rose higher and it was the trunk of my elephant. I thought he was drowning. I was helpless because I could not jump into the water and save the 400 pounds of him, since he was much higher than I. But I saw his back rise above the water, and the moment he caught my eyes, he began to trumpet and struggle up to the shore. Then, still trumpeting, he pushed me into the water, and as I fell into the stream, the author was pushed by Kari into the stream. The author says, I saw a boy lying flat on the bottom of the river. He had not altogether touched bottom, but was somewhat afloat. I came to the surface of the water to take my breath, and there Kari was standing, his feet planted in the sand bank and his... Can you see this boy afloat? He did not touch the ground. His trunk stretched out like a hand waiting for mine. I dived down again and pulled the body of the drowning boy to the surface. But not being a good swimmer, I could not swim ashore, and slow currents were already dragging me down, is what the author says. See how Kari is running like a hawk? Yes, we'll read. It's really interesting, isn't it? Seeing us drowned by the current, Kari was usually slow and ponderous. A person is ponderous when it's very heavy. Yes, suddenly darted down like a hawk, like a prey animal, a prey bird, and came halfway into the water. See how he was running? As a bird comes to attack its prey, in the same way Kari was running to protect us. Yes. I saw him stretch out his trunk again. I raised up my hand to catch it, and it slipped. I found myself going under the water again. But see here how he felt that he was going under the water. And this time I found that the water was not very deep. So I sank to the bottom of the river and doubled my feet under me. And then suddenly kicked the river bank and so shot upwards like an arrow, in spite of the fact that I was holding the drowned boy. See how the author was holding the drowning boy in the river? The drowning boy with my hand. As my body rose above the water, I felt a lasso around my neck. What do you mean by lasso? A rope kind of thing. This frightened me, is what the author says. I think some water animal was going to swallow me. I heard Kari squealing, making terrible noise, and I knew it was his trunk about my neck. He pulled us both ashore. Ashore means to the bank of the river. And you see the picture in which you can see the author, the drowning boy, and the elephant. All a pack of action, isn't it, children? Yes. This is the way we need to save. And here, Kari was real hero. Now we come to the end of today's reading. Now we'll also learn in the second part how Kari showed extraordinary talent. But we'll also come to know something today is Kari became very fond of ripe bananas. He believed in self-help, though it was at the discomfort of his friend, the author. And he would take the chiding from the author. Chiding means scoldings, because he knew he deserves it, because he was just 5 months old. So I hope you all enjoyed today's loud reading. In the next session, children, you will know more about Kari.
So, it was a wonderful reading, a loud reading I hope you all have done. Yeah, no, we have known more about Kari in the graphic organizer. Yes, you added more points, isn't it? He's naughty, but he saved the life of a boy. So here he has a lot of presence of mind to save a boy from drowning. Yes? Now in the second part, I'll come up with more traits of Kari and we'll know more about him. Bye for today.